appreciate those words. You know, there's lots of resources for those of you that are interested in finding out about the dozens of communities impacted by the tar sands. We've got some maps here, stickers. I'm pretty sure Ariel brought some resources as well. Well, I got some of her resources I'll put out as well. And we're going to go ahead and move on to our next speaker, who's got a PowerPoint presentation that he's going to do. So I mentioned Daryl Sainnawap from KI. He's going to talk about the struggle of this community against the mining corporation Platinx, and as well, I think there's some other mining interests that are moving in partnership, you know, in collaboration with the federal government and the government of Ontario. His people have been, you know, fighting to defend their human rights, fighting to protect their inherent and treaty rights. And so we're really honored to have him here today to give a discussion and a PowerPoint presentation about where things are at with KI First Nation. So if you want to come up.
Miigwech. In Daryl Sainnawap Shnikas Wichi Daso Maskua. First of all, I'd just like to acknowledge the people, Algonquin people, for welcoming me into their territory, and also acknowledge the ancestors of this land. Say miigwech. I put a PowerPoint presentation together. It usually takes about 45 minutes, but I'm going to rush it right through and tell the story, the struggle of our people, and the dispute we have with a mining company or exploration company for that. And it's called Kitchenuhmaykoosib, Inninuwug, which in English translates into take care of my land. And I think as a sovereign people, Kitchenuhmaykoosib signed treaty with the Queen in 1929, and I just want to mention that our people have practiced their sovereignty, their spirituality, and also this one focuses on the protection of our lands and the preservations of waters and lands for our children, and that is sovereignty to our people, practicing what we were instructed to do by our Creator. So first slide, next. Also, I just wanted to take the treaty. Kitchenuhmaykoosib Inninuwug signed Treaty 9 at Kitchenuhmaykoosib with British Crown 1929. The written document states, now therefore the said Ojibwe, Cree and other Indian inhabitants, considerations of the provisions of the foregoing being stand to us due hereby cede, release, surrender, yield up to the government of Dominion of Canada for His Majesty the King and his successors forever all our rights, titles, and privileges whatsoever in all that tract of land and land covered by water in the province of Ontario. And it's 128,320 square miles of land. But that's not what our elders understood it to be when the commissioners came, the treaty commissioners. You got to look at the fact that our elders in 1929 did not speak English, let alone read, when the commissioners came. So when the commissioners came and they brought this piece of paper and said, sign this, they did not understand English or know how to read. So what happened was their understanding was to live in peaceful coexistence and share the land. This is what was passed down to me from my elders. So this is the area that they cover, they claim, Treaty 9. Next. Who is involved in our struggle? Ladies and gentlemen, our chief. Next. And with his underwear. Actually, it was a Christmas present from the health staff. So. Kitchenuhmaykoosib Inninuwug is a sovereign nation with its own land, language, and customs. Kitchenuhmaykoosib Inninuwug have occupied its home and lands for over 5,000 years. Also, the Province of Ontario Ministry of Northern Development and Mines. Platinx Incorporated. Platinx is a Toronto-based exploration company who focused their search on platinum group elements. Platinx is a publicly traded company. Platinx is proposing to drill 84 holes, approx 2-inch holes. You're probably thinking, you're probably asking yourself, it's only 2-inch holes, what damage could it do? And That's where I live in Big Trout Lake. I'll get to my point later. Next. And these are their claims. Next. And where they're proposing to drill is in this area right here. Okay. You're probably asking yourself, it's only 2-inch holes, but under the Ontario Mining Act, there's a sequence to mining to fold to production. What they want to do is they want to put up a big open pit mine. And exploration is the first step to that open pit mine. And what the community direction that we're given is, if you got to stop them at the first step of the sequence. Once they get their foot in the door, can't stop them. Because exploration is a thin edge of the wedge that will only lead to bigger things. That's the way we looked at it. So Platniks sent letters to KI stating that they want to conduct their exploration drill program, and KI people said no. Why did Kitchenuhmaykoosib Inninuwug say no to development? The directions we were given was mostly from our elders at this point. Detrimental impacts caused by mining, pollution, contamination. KI region is last frontier for life-sustaining resources. Has clean water, land, animals, children, and future generation. KI wants to have an equal say on development on traditional lands. And let me make a point here, story, not a story, but if you come to where we live in KI, there's still clean water. There's an abundance of animals. I still drink out of the lake. It's clean. And the direction we're given is we have clean land, clean air, clean water, pristine lands. And the elder said, this is the last area around in Canada alone that has clean water you can drink out of the lake. This is part of our responsibility that we must preserve for our children and future generations so that they may utilize what the Creator gave us. So this is what we're trying to prevent. These are just examples, but they did say open pit mining. So community meetings were held, and these are some of our elders. Then after the elders gave their direction, we had a peaceful protest when the company tried to come in. And our position is peaceful. The thing that they said is in court that we're violent, burning tires, wearing, I don't know if you think this looks violent to you, but these are some of our people. In April 2006, after the exploration company abandoned its site, Kitchenuhmaykoosib Inninuwug are sued for $10 billion by Platniks Incorporated for blocking mining exploration work on the Metcalfe St. $10 billion.